Hi guys, Bill again. Well, hopefully my voice sounds a wee bit better than it did yesterday. Apologies for that. It doesn't often snow here, and when it does, it knocks us off for 6, you know? Yeah, I can hear all you Canadians laughing at the back. Keep the noise down, eh? Try to record a video here. I enjoyed my little Barry Norman skit last week, you know, talking about the latest Bond. But in the comments thread, JGG, hi mate, he raised a few concerns. Now, I agree with him on most of the points he brought up, except that I see them as positives, whereas he sees them as proof that blokes are all a bit dense. Although, now you can't mention it. Anyway, the one that got to me though was that action films are misandric. You know, they've got these massive male body counts and men are portrayed as being completely disposable. You know, so obviously the target audience must be in favour of this really misandric worldview. Yeah, it's a fair comment, but I don't agree, and I'll tell you why. Taking it from the top, the guys making these things, they aren't stupid. You know, you're talking about Stallone was University of Miami educated. Schwarzenegger's got the intellect to govern one of the largest states in America. Willis, he's another university chap, attended Montclair State University, I believe. Daniel Craig is an actor who's acclaimed for his stage work, as well as a lot of very worthy films outside of his action genre. I mean, these are clever guys. Now, since they can't possibly know what it's like to be stupid, any more than a stupid person could understand what it feels like to be smart, it follows that they make and market product for the appreciation of similarly smart people. Now that's not the same thing as saying that their audience are necessarily bright sparks, but the films that they're making can be and are appreciated by intelligent men. And you know, you can read about it and you hear us talking about it. Men boast about how they dumbed themselves down to watch the latest action flick, or they took their brain out to enjoy the latest shit kicker, you know? Now, Jay wanted to know where the appeal was in watching something extremely similar to the last film, which requires you to suspend both your belief and a decent portion of your mental facilities. Well, I think that pretty much is the appeal. You know, it does what it says on the tin. You get loads of violence, you get chases, you get big explosions, and the good guy wins. Jay, I could watch shit like that all day long, mate, you know? But I think it runs deeper than that. You know, there's more going on than that. The males in these films are just players. They're avatars, if you like, in a drama. Nobody watching actually believes that you could survive multiple close-quarter gun battles without suffering from some really serious physical and psychological harm. But drama requires adversity to overcome, and it requires a nemesis for the hero to defeat. And there's got to be some kind of sacrifice there for it to hold any worth. Now, this isn't anything new. Our ancestors had legends. Odin lost an eye to gain wisdom. Achilles died defeating Troy. Arthur suffered fatal wounds when he was defeating Mordred. My own people, Cuchulainn was strapped to a post so that he could die facing his enemies. So the idea of, I suppose it's disposability, but the idea of the sacrifice that the hero and his adversaries have got to make to give the story value, it goes back a long way. The enemies are faceless vassals, and you need a mighty anti-hero. You need the first, the faceless vassals, to represent the long, exhausting struggle of life. You need the latter, the anti-hero, to embody the essence of the evil that's faced by our hero. It's like non-player characters in a war game or bots in a shooter. The endless supply of henchmen are less than human because they don't represent humanity. They represent the hero's struggle within humanity. And the nemesis dies to represent the fact that the hero has made an unequivocal triumph. It's an absolute victory. It's an art form. You know, just as a tango is a dance that represents a vicious, potentially fatal knife fight. The action film represents a much more mundane, day-to-day human struggle with cartoon violence and huge, larger-than-life heroes. It isn't hating men, and it's not trivialising their sacrifices. It's acknowledging their struggle in an artificial fantasy setting. We love the hero like a brother. You know, we share his distaste for the villain and what the villain represents. We embrace and we emphasise with the hero's flaws and his weaknesses, even as we're rejecting the villains. You know, we cheer on the good guy, we boo and hiss at the bad guy. It's like pantomime on the big screen. Now, men know that we're disposable, so we might as well turn it into a drama, or even better, some kind of dark humour. This one's for Jay. Mate, I can't explain the attraction of big explosions, but I dig them, I really do. And it's the same thing with guns. You know, in real life I hate what guns represent, but I love getting my hands on a new gun, getting a few rounds down range, learning how to handle the new weapon. And if I can't do that, which in the UK is pretty much the way it is, I love getting stuck into a new shooter on my PC. Men love chases. You know, we love to chase in cars, love to chase on foot. Oh, I mean, especially on foot, parkour rocks. Or maybe using something a little bit more unusual or exotic, you know, the speedboats in a Bond movie or horses in a period drama. It's all very exciting the first time that I see a particular movie, and it's quite fascinating seeing how the scene came together if I get to see the movie a second time, or maybe if I check out the extra content on a DVD. Now that doesn't make me, or another man who's got a similar perspective, slow or dumb. Maybe a little OCD, but not slow or dumb. Basically what I'm doing is I'm holding up my hands to most of Jay's charges. Yes, I am a big kid, just like most straight men. Well, just like most men really. But enjoying an art form that celebrates a man's victory against impossible odds isn't misandric. It's quite the opposite. No matter how many minions are destroyed en route, those minions are just as unreal as the man who can survive a 500-foot drop into a fast-flowing, freezing river after being shot by a high-powered rifle. Anyway, laters guys.